It's the super wealthy who are taking up an outrageous amount of our carbon space and getting away with it.
Hey, good Monday morning. Yes, I saw this come up on my feed and I just had to share because, the richest 10% and pastors, I think they all need to watch out. But let's take a listen a little bit more.
For the first time, the European Parliament is calling for a UN financing mechanism for climate reparations. And I have to say I really welcome that, because the sick truth about the climate crisis, as so many colleagues have pointed out, is that it's the poorest in society, those least responsible, who are always the hardest hit. And therefore it is only right that those actually responsible for climate destruction are the ones who end up paying up. And that's not about me and you digging deeper into our pockets and being charitable. No, we need to deal with the extreme polluters in society, not your neighbour driving to work or your granny going on an overseas holidays. It's the super wealthy who are taking up an outrageous amount of our carbon space and getting away with it. This is where we need to start, and therefore I'd encourage support for our amendments 13 and 16 on carbon inequality and curtailing private jet use. The richest 10% are responsible for over half of all carbon emissions. Private jet use is up to 30% higher than pandemic. This is madness. We need to get rid of our climate guilt and replace it with outrage.
So I don't know what went through your mind when you listened to her speak right there. Yeah, I could mention all of the spraying, just even yesterday taking some pictures, but maybe another time. So who are those responsible? The extreme polluters, the richest 10%. So, I had to share my thoughts, Sure, we've been watching a lot of what's been going on even just in the past few days, Maybe she was referring to those people, the EU, those at the UN, those guys, the leaders. Maybe she's talking about the richest, the Waltons and all the Rothschilds and all of them. Maybe, maybe the richest in America, maybe, the richest celebrities. Maybe she was referring to the richest athletes, who fly around in private jets as well. But we can't leave out, the pastors, all the pastors who've gotten their own private jets. I'm not going to start naming them all here, but I'm showing you their pictures as we go along because there's so many of them and I can't even show you all of them. I'm just saying. Oh, man. Maybe the richest in America, but there's also the richest in Africa, the richest in Asia, and let's not leave out those that are trying to attain, airplanes, just even recently, right? Let's not leave them out. But hey, I'm just saying, I'm thinking that they're pointing at you, pastors. You better be ready, and I really hope that you understand what their plan is. Their plan. And they're saying it right there. It's to cause a major crisis, and the nations will accept the next plan. Yep, you know it. God is going to be doing his own shaking. I'm just pointing that out. And it says clearly in Revelation 9:10 through 11, exactly who are going to be coming out of the bottomless pit. Yeah, Apollyon. Yeah, they call him Apollyon. It reminded me of Trump as well, and, all the Apollyon figures and things that he has in his penthouse. Just saying, I've looked into him so many times, I'm not going to even continue. But I wanted to point at the pastors and remind them, I really hope that they turn to Jesus. Do they really turn to Jesus and not to fear man? Because I can clearly see who they're worshiping, and they are all rooted into the riches of this world. The Lord is returning soon, and time is almost up, and I really hope that they are ready, as well as the rest of us. All right, that was my first take. Let's see if I have time for my second one before I get my new dishwasher coming in a little bit. So God bless you guys. Take care. Those were my first thoughts for today.